Hello aspirants, welcome to another session of the daily newspaper analysis. This video is brought to you by the Gurudev Academy. My name is Ashwin. Let's look at the topic that we are going to look at. This is going to be a very short video. So firstly, we are going to talk about the this editorial that has come in today's newspaper. It talks about what numbers do not reveal about tiger conservation. Today, as we are celebrating World Tigers Day, there are a few important facts that you have to know. Firstly, the World Tigers Day is celebrated on 29th of July. Okay, so the declaration to celebrate 29 July as World Tigers Day was declared in St. Petersburg Summit that happened in 2010. Okay, the St. Petersburg Summit happened in 2010. So two declarations came out this St. Petersburg 2010 summit that happened in Russia. Firstly, we are going to celebrate World Tigers Day on 29 July as well as doubling of tiger population by 2022. Okay, that were the two declarations. India has completed this target by 4 years, that is in 2018 only we have doubled our tiger population. So the theme for this year's Tigers Day, World Tigers Day theme this year is India launches Project Tiger to revive tiger population. This is the theme of this year's World Tigers Day. This World Tiger Day, the World Tiger Day, which was adopted in St. Petersburg Summit. The St. Petersburg Summit was attended by these 13 tiger range countries. The 13 tiger range countries that are there are your Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, Laos, Malaysia, Cambodia, Vietnam, Russia, Thailand, Indonesia, your Malaysia as well as China. Okay, these are the 13 tiger range countries that are there in the world. Now looking at the article, what the article is all about. The article here is saying that due to the small numbers, okay, due to the small population of tigers, there are chances of extinction. The chances of extinction, when we look at it, the chances of extinction are mainly in those tiger reserves and in those areas where the population is smaller than the 100 breeding individuals. Why? Because small and isolated population of tigers give rise to two problems, that is genetic drift as well as inbreeding. In genetic drift, what happens is if there are small population, consider the tiger population in one of the tiger reserve is around 100, then what is happening is due to isolation, okay, due to isolation what is happening is they are not in contact with the other tigers that are there in other tiger reserves. They are isolated in one place only. So what is happening is the genetic variations are not happening, and some of the harmful genetics, they may adopt the harmful genetics. The next generation which will come will adopt the same harmful genetics, and there is chances of extinction is what the editor is trying to say in it. Secondly, the editor talks about inbreeding here. So not only in animals, even in humans, as we have learnt in biology that inbreeding is not healthy. Inbreeding is not healthy for the future generation. So when we have small population which are isolated from other tiger reserves, what is naturally happening here is that the inbreeding will cause a lot of reproductive as well as extinction problems for the tigers here. Moving on, the article talks about the research finding. This research finding is based on the samples collected, various samples like for like your excreta, like the data collected from your tiger census, which happen once in 4 years. Okay, from all the data that has been collected, the author here gives some interesting facts. The author here talks that the sets of tiger reserve that show shared genetic variations are well connected. Here, when there is a landscape, like between the two tiger reserves, when there is a landscape, there are two types of landscape that are available again between two tiger reserves. One are your land type use. Okay, land type use here we mean, for example, agriculture, and then we have infrastructure like your roads. Okay, so when there is easy movement of tigers between two locations, like for example, we have this Pench Tiger Reserve, which is spread across both Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. So when tigers are traveling from one region to another using these landscapes like land uses, agriculture and all, what is happening is the genetic variation. Okay, the genetic variations are very good, and the tiger populations are thriving in these locations. But on the second hand, when we look at those tiger reserves which are under barriers, which are not able to where the tigers are not able to move because of infrastructure like road construction and all. Like we have seen, the author here had taken the example of central India. Okay, when we look at the central India, the sets of tigers that share less genetic variations must have barriers or landscapes that impede the movement. That is, again, the author what is trying to say here is that when there is no movement of the tigers between two regions, when they are isolated in one place, then we have the problems of genetic drift as well as inbreeding. That is what the author is highlighting here. Then here the author at the end talks about two case studies here, mainly from Simlipal as well as your Rajasthan. Here Simlipal, when we look at the example of Simlipal is the only area where we find black tigers. Why? Because the population is isolated here. The population is isolated here. The population has barriers. It cannot move easily. Since they are isolated and have barriers for their movement, the black tigers are confined only to the Simlipal because the genetics have not moved out of Simlipal. That is what the editor is trying to say here. The editor at the end talks and highlights about one important point. The editor has predicted over 100 years what should be the model for the tiger conservation. The editor here says that for the tiger conservation, the barriers have to be removed and the landscape has to be used such that there has to be more movement of the tiger population here. Okay, coming to this explained section, the Hindu explained section here talks about the recent government package that has been given to BSNL. So please understand what is the significance of BSNL. It is also mentioned in your editorial that has been given. So BSNL here is not only a telecom sector, it is also providing some of the social programs. It is implementing some of the social programs here, like BharatNet. Okay, like BharatNet, which is providing for rural connectivity, rural panchayats. There has been a vision of the government, at present government, that every panchayat should be connected with broadband connectivity, and this has been implemented mainly by the BSNL here. So BSNL is not just any telecom provider of this country, but it is also fulfilling some of the social obligations that has to be done for the rural connectivity. Okay, so BSNL is very important. So recently the government has announced a package. Okay, the package total here is 1.64 lakh crores. Okay, it is announced for 1.64 lakh crores, and this package has to be used for a period of 4 years. Okay, this package has to be used for a period of 4 years. And again, when you look at it, this is not the first package that has been announced. Previously as well, we had one package that came out in 2019. So this is the second package that has come out. So when we look at the article, when we dissect the article, when we look at it, that this package, 1.64 lakh crore package, this is the second package that has been announced in over 3 years. This package has to be used for the period of 4 years. Okay, and what are the main intentions? The main objective of this package is to upgrade the services. Okay, to upgrade the services like the broadband services and the 4G services that this BSNL is trying to provide. Right now BSNL, I don't think it is providing with 4G services, and with the updation, like right now this 5G spectrum is also on sale. So the upgrading of services will mainly concentrate on this 4G and 5G network as well. Then strengthening stressed balance sheet. See, as I told you, this BSNL is not only a telecom provider, it is also having some social obligations that is trying to fulfill. So, whatever social obligation it is trying to fulfill, it is not getting the funds from the government, it is trying to fulfill the social obligations with the revenue that is generating. And already BSNL is generating a lot of less revenue. So, to help the BSNL to come out of it, the government under this package, it is trying to improve the balance sheet of BSNL here. And lastly, augmenting its fiber network. See, BSNL has a lot of fiber network in the country right now. So, augmenting it with the rural as well as urban population is one of the main intention of this package here. Then, when we look at the 2019 package, the 2019 package includes two main objectives here. Firstly, it talks about the merging of BSNL and MTNL. See, BSNL is mainly a rural area provider. Okay, rural area provider, whereas MTNL, it was providing for urban areas. So the government in 2019 decided to merge both BSNL and MTNL to increase the area of connectivity here. Secondly, it talks about help raise long-term bonds for BSNL and MTNL for raising long-term loans. Okay, so this 2019 package, what it did is it helped the BSNL to raise a long-term loans, and the government of India was the surety here. Okay, that was your 2019 package, and this is your 2022 package. Then when we compare BSNL with its peers, the main competitors for BSNL, as we know, is Bharti Airtel and Reliance Jio. Okay, here the article gives some of the important numbers. I'm not going to dwell into the numbers. I'm just going to explain you the facts here. Firstly, when we look at ARPU, ARPU is average revenue per person. The average revenue per person increases when there is increase in connectivity. Okay, when there is increase in connectivity, but as we all know, due to the service provided, due to the speed of internet and the broadband that is provided by the BSNL, the service users of BSNLs are very low in number, and the average revenue per person of BSNL is low when we look at the average revenue per person for Bharti Airtel as well as Reliance Jio here. Then when we talk about base transceiver stations, this base transceiver stations, BTS, when we look at it, it is a tower. It is used to connect to the other tower using the receiver, that is a mobile phone. Okay, so the tower link is used by the receiver to make a call, and this call is connected through another tower. So that is your base transceiver stations, and these also are very much in low numbers for BSNL compared to your others, that is Bharti Airtel as well as Reliance Jio. That is some of the facts that are given. Also the wireless subscribers. See, India has the tele density. Okay, teledensity is the number of telephone per square kilometer. When we look at it, in urban areas it is 132%, and in your rural areas it is around 60 to 64%. Okay, and when we look at your company wise, the wireless subscribers are higher in number when we look at Airtel and Jio, and very much less when it comes to BSNL. Fine. So to improve all this condition, it is very helpful what the government package has been announced. So we will look ahead how the BSNL performs overall and what are the implications of all the packages that has been delivered right now. Coming to the last article of the day. So the government here has come out with a Family Planning Vision 2030 report. Family Planning 2030 Vision Report. This was released yesterday by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Here, the editorial, the writing here talks about some of the issues here and also are given the numbers. I'm not going to explain this article for you all because it is just plain facts that are given. My intention of showing this article for you all is I want you all to mark down the numbers that are given. Every numbers that are given are very important. The data that are given very important. Some of the data when we look at it here. See, India has reached a population of 136 crores, 1.36 crores, and by 2031, it is estimated that it will be 1.5 billions by 2036. Okay, so such data are very important. Some health metrics are also given, like what is the age group? In age group, what is the population that is between 15 to 24? The age is 23.3 crores. Okay, so here the data is very important. So just note down the data. That's all. No concepts are given in this. That is why I'm not explaining you all. So that's it from today's newspaper. It was a very short video. Please follow us on the social media handles. Please follow us on YouTube, Telegram, Instagram as well as on Facebook. Thank you.